Hey, good morning everyone. Rob here from Southwest Florida Television. Happy Sunday. A gorgeous morning out here. Got the waves breaking here, the tide's still going out. Some clouds out on the horizon. We had some pretty heavy patches of fog throughout Southwest Florida this morning. As you can see, looking down to the south there, you can just see the condos through the fog. About an hour before the tide is all the way out. Let's take a walk down to the water. Let's see what we can find this morning. Had a pretty high tide the other night. Came all the way up to here. It actually looks like it came up to the boardwalk, the high tide last night. This is the north end of Area 2 right here. But this beach is so flat. It looks like somebody just took a broom and swept the whole beach. Not good for shelling, but you never know. Always be optimistic. Hope we find something out here. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Walk down to the water. What do I find? Big moon shell. Big shark eye. It's laying there upside down on the beach. There you go. Pays to be optimistic. What else are we going to find out here? There's a really cool looking olive shell. Very cool looking olive shell. I'm torn. Do I walk along this ridge here? Or do I go out on the sandbar? What do I do? There's not a lot of people here right now. I want to take advantage of that. I think I'm going to walk out onto the sandbar here, take a quick look around, see what's out on the outer edge. Walk down to the south too. These waves are like a double-edged sword when it comes to shelling. Sometimes they bring a lot of shells in onto shore. Other times as they go back, as they retreat back into the Gulf, they pull the stuff back out into the water. So you never know. But they definitely got it churned up here. It's hard to see the bottom. Really hard to see. Darn it. That is some pretty nice little wave action for here in the Gulf. Let's get back up on dry land here. Yesterday we saw quite a few little sand dollars. Some cockle shells out here on the sandbars. I'm not seeing anything right now. Maybe a couple cockles. other than that, this particular sandbar here at the north end of Area 2 is pretty clean. Walk down south here. Ooh, here's a big cockle shell. This is a dead one, a whole cockle. I'm gonna try and shove this in my pocket. I have a friend that wants one of these. This is a beautiful example of when you hold the cockle on the end, you can see the heart there. This is a great cockle shell. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shove that in my pocket or not. I'm gonna try. I know somebody that wants that. Wow, that's gonna make her day. Isn't that beautiful, that heart? Hang on here. Gotta switch hands with the gimbal. Is it gonna make it into my pocket? Yeah, looks kind of funny though. Wow, what a find. What a great find. That is gonna make a friend of mine's shell collection complete. I found one of those a couple of weeks ago and she's like, oh, I'd love to have one of those. I'm like, well, I'll keep my eyes open. And lo and behold, there it was, right there in the water. It was at the right place at the right time. Lots of great little shells get trapped in between the sandbars here and the beach. And these like little tidal pool areas, these little lagoon areas. But right now it's just the waves have the water so stirred up you can't see the bottom here. Darn it. Let's cut across over to this sandbar and see if we find anything. Isn't that cloud beautiful over there? Out there in the Gulf, the waves breaking. I think I'm gonna take a photo of that. Just bear with me 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. I'm back, sorry about that. But something else, if you look up to the right of that cloud, there's our moon. There is our moon up there. That's kind of neat looking, isn't it? Slowly setting in the Gulf. It's hard to hold this thing steady when I'm zoomed in like this. It's just a little dot in the sky up there. I don't know if you can just barely see it at the edge of that cloud there. See it right up at my fingertip up there? There's a look back up the beach. That early morning view. You can see the fog is really thick up to the north there. You can just see the condos up there at Laley Barefoot Beach. And then there's a big patch of fog. A little bit of fog in the park here. You can see how the trees kind of fade off into the mist. Looks like it might be getting a little heavier to the north there. Early morning fog. Be careful driving out there. tide's still slowly making its way out here. Wonder if there's any sand dollars out here like there were the other day. Oh yeah, there's some little sand dollars scattered all around here. Here's one right here. There's a little baby sand dollar. Sadly, it's dead, but it'll make a nice little souvenir for somebody if they get out here before the Gulf reclaims it. Here's the underside of it. Put a little light on it there. Anything else out here? Look at all the little sand dollars. If you look, kind of gotta look close there. They blend in. There's 3 of them right there. 1, 2, 3. Can you see them? There's 1, 2, 3. Well, they're all over the place out here. Right at the end of this sandbar. I see lots of them. They're kind of half buried in the sand. Lots and lots of them. Here's one that's a little bigger. You can find sand dollars out here, some pretty nice size ones, about the size of your hands. They're usually out in the water though. There's a spot up in area 4 where they wash up on the beach. I can't cut across there. Look how rough it gets in there in that little cut. Great morning though, absolutely wonderful morning out here. More little sand dollars. They're everywhere. Just amazing. There's 2 right there. There's 3 actually. There's 1 right there. They're pretty much buried right there. There's 1, 2, 3 sand dollars. Another one right there. It's not hard to find sand dollars out here this morning. There was one right there, and the waves just came and washed it up. There it is. So cool. Everybody likes to collect sand dollars. Just make sure they're dead. Don't take live sand dollars home. Don't take any live things home from the beach. I was hoping to find a nice big one. They are just washing up here on the shore. I'm going to cut across to the beach over here. Go down a little further south, and turn around and head up the beach. Do some shelling. See what else we come across. There's a little cockle shell down here, a live cockle buried in the sand right there. You can see its little siphon tube right there. That's a live cockle shell. It's gonna close up as soon as I pick it up. A live little cockle. Here's a bigger live cockle. You can see it out of its shell right here. That's a nice size one. We'll take a look at that. I'll show you that one. Oop, it's closing up as I pick it up. Rinse it off. Beautiful shells. Beautiful shells, the cockles. That's a nice sized cockle there, a live cockle. Pretty heavy too. But here's what's neat about them. See, when you hold them on their hand like that, they make that heart. I love showing that to people. I just think that is so cool. Wish I had 3 hands, I could take a picture of it. And then you flip it and there's another heart on the other side there. The cockle. So cool. Put him back in his hole here. Get back over on the beach. See if there's any shells out here. Beautiful out there in the Gulf. Beautiful, look at that cloud. There's that piece of wood we were checking out yesterday. Starts over here. It kind of arches around out in the water, out here. Comes back up here over on the beach. No idea what it is. Old tree stumps, I have no idea what it is. There's some chunks of it sticking out here. These look like old tree trunks to me. But this is just a solid mass here. I don't know what it is. Little fighting conch shell down here by my feet. Nice little fighting conch. Florida fighting conch, to be official. Find a lot of these Florida fighting conchs on the beach. A lot of little critters make those empty fighting conch shells home, so be sure there's nothing inside it if you take one home. And there's another one right down there, or right there. This is Area 1. We're down in Area 1 now, the north end of Area 1 beach. Some little white ibis flying by. White egrets, I'm sorry, little snowy egrets, not ibis. Little snowy egrets flying by. Let's cut across while the tide's out. Out here in the water, out on the sandbar. The sandbar almost parallels the entire beach here at Del Norwegians. As you can see here at low tide. Doesn't look like there's much of anything out here. Looks pretty darn flat. Pretty flat this morning. Sand dollars, yep, more sand dollars out here. Oh yeah, all over the place. Little quarter-sized sand dollars. See if there's any bigger ones out here. A fighting conch shell, one fighting conch shell out here. Not alive. I have not seen any live fighting conchs since the red tide. Sad, sad. A lot of empty shells though. We're down in the south end of Area 1 now. Very close to the end of the state park here. I'm just going to walk down a little further, then turn around and give you a look back up the beach. You're right down to the end of the sandbar here in Area 1. Here's a little bigger sand dollar down here. This is a little bigger than the ones we saw earlier. a nice one. These are so fragile, I can't put these in my pocket. They just crumble. You gotta be really careful. There's a couple big ones out here. South end of Area 1, right on the sandbar, if you're looking for sand dollars. This is a really nice one. There's even a bigger one down here. There's a bigger one. All kinds of fun things out here. You can just take the time to look around. Oh, there's a big sand dollar over there. I think it's a sand dollar. Oh yeah. Looks like maybe a broken one. Ooh, a couple of them. Here's another nice one right down here. Oh, broken too. Darn it. But there's quite a few of them out here, half buried in the sand. Definitely worth walking out here and looking, that's for sure. We're just about down at the very south end of the park right now. Lots and lots of them, look at them. And there we are. Look at that. There's our beach. Our mile. Just about a mile of beach here at Del Norwegians. Great view there. Great view of the beach. I'm going to snap off a photo. Don't go anywhere. I love those reflections there. Right along the edge where you see the trees reflecting. Beautiful. What a beautiful morning this is turning out to be. Started out really foggy this morning. Now the fog is lifting and blowing out into the Gulf. Starting to see those beautiful blue skies. This is what life in Southwest Florida is all about right here, folks. Being able to come out here and enjoy the beach. Find some little treasures out here while you're walking around. All kinds of little gems out here in the water. Now we're right adjacent to the boardwalk in Area 1, the first boardwalk in Area 1 in parking lot 1. I don't know if you can see it over there. Absolute paradise out here this morning. So cool out here. I just can't resist taking pictures here of these views. I love just standing out here on the sandbars, looking at the beach, looking up to the north. Awesome colors here this morning, just awesome colors. Believe it or not, there's people that live minutes from here and they don't come out and take advantage of this beauty. Hard to believe, huh? I know there's people watching that are sitting in freezing temperatures, freezing and below, saying, how could anybody not want to go to the beach? Pretty insane, huh? Well, there's already folks here hitting the beach looking for seashells. Good timing. The tide is just about all the way out here. Wow. Piles and piles of shells under my feet as I'm coming back to the beach. The only problem is you can't see them this morning because of the waves. They got the water all churned up. There's all kinds of stuff down there. Darn it. Well, let's take a walk up the beach now. We pretty much went all the way down to the end of the park. I'm gonna come up onto the beach a little higher here and give you a look around. There, look at that beautiful, beautiful blue sky. That's actually fog up there. There's beautiful Sunday morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. 70 degrees. Looking at a high of around 81 today. Water temperature 80 degrees. What a gorgeous Sunday morning in North Naples, Florida. Looking down to the south at Vanderbilt Beach. Lost in the mist there. Now let's see what we come across here. I'll try to keep my eyes peeled for something interesting as I walk along here. Right, first thing when I came out this morning, I did find a nice little shark eye shell, little moon shell. As soon as I hit the beach. Nice little find. I also found a nice cockle shell. A nice big cockle. With both halves, both pieces of the cockle shell. Nice cockle. Nothing inside it. That's for a friend. She wanted one of those really bad. She loves those hearts. The cockle heart. And lo and behold, I just happened to find this out in the water this morning, earlier in our beach walk. Beautiful shells, the cockles. Beautiful morning. Beautiful, beautiful morning out here. That was a dead cockle. There's a big cockle right over here, a live one, right on the sandbar here. See that bump right there? That's a live cockle shell. It's actually moving around. See if I come over here. You can see a little bit of it out of the shell here. If you look close there, you can see its little siphon tube. That's a live cockle, just like the one I just showed you. Kind of opening and closing there. Maybe he's gonna come out. Maybe we'll see his foot. Pretty interesting to see them push their way around on the beach. In the sand, dig into the sand. It's really opening up. Yeah, he's not going to come out though. But that's a live cockle shell. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. I suppose people eat cockles. Don't they make cockles soup or something? I don't know if it's the same cockles like we have here on our beach here. Another great look up the beach. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? We're in area 2 right now. Hey, if you're enjoying this beach walk this morning, do hit the share button. Let's get some more people on board with us. If you're new to the beach walks, introduce yourself to the group here. Let everybody know where you're watching from. Feel free to join in. If any conversations get started in the comments, join in. Just stay away from politics. I don't care what else you talk about. Just keep it clean. That's what these beach walks are all about. The primary purpose is just to keep our friends that enjoy this park and enjoy North Naples, updated on the water conditions, which are spectacular right now. No red tide. That's the primary purpose. Then the secondary purpose is to bring people together on Facebook. I think this is a great platform for people to get together. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful background or setting to carry on an online conversation. I have just got to take advantage of this view here. I want to record a little bit of video, maybe just a minute. So just bear with me, don't go anywhere. I'm going to come right back. I am back. I see we lost a few people. That always happens. I apologize, but I can only do one thing at a time. Do the live feed or shoot video and photos. And I like doing them both. I do hear an osprey coming from, calling out from these trees over here somewhere. I hear it. Ooh, there goes 3 pelicans flying by. See if I can get in a little closer on them. See them up there? Three of our pelican friends. Wow. I just love taking advantage of the low tide and walking along the beach just offshore of the beach here. I don't think the views get any better than this. Does anyone agree? Now the sandbar kind of ends up here and starts up again just a little further to the north. So I'm going to get up on the beach where it's nice and shallow here. Excuse me. What a beautiful morning. This is where we came out this morning, the north end of Area 2. Stepped right out here and picked up a nice moon shell right off the bat. That was cool. I hear that osprey. It's a little further up the beach. Several fighting conch shells out here. There's one right down here. A little fighting conch. This one's kind of worn. It's losing its points up there on the tip. That's a Florida fighting conch. If you didn't know that already. There's one of our little scallops. We got lots of little beautiful scallop shells on the beach. Yeah, the sun's disappearing behind a cloud right now. It's supposed to be partly cloudy today. That sun's going to be peeking in and out on us. Here's a beautiful little fighting conch shell. It's like a medium-sized one there. That's a little beauty there. What else is out here? Yeah, the shells are starting to thin out. Let's see if the osprey's up in one of these trees here. I heard it. I heard it screeching there a little while ago. Believe it or not, obviously the beach used to be way out there. These are old trees, the stumps of trees that used to be here along the beach. The beach used to be much wider. This beach is constantly changing shape and size. It gets wider, narrower, deeper. With every storm we have, it's a little different. The beach just comes and goes. All right, I don't see it. I heard it up here. I do not see the osprey. It must have took off. Dag nabbit. Boy, that fog is really thick up to the north. Up towards Fort Myers Beach. That's fog up there. Big fog bank rolling out into the Gulf. Wow. All fog out there. Clouds are just sitting on the Gulf out there. Nice little waves here breaking on the sandbar this morning. Boy, we saw a lot of sand dollars when we started this morning. A lot of sand dollars out on the sandbars. I hear an osprey, darn it. I hear an osprey chirping. Screeching, calling out, chirping, whatever you want to call it. But I don't see it in the trees. A lot of times there'll be one in that pine tree right there. It likes to sit up high. I don't see it this morning. Well, I hope these people save some shells for me. There's people out here shelling already this morning. I hope they left some good ones for us. Just never know. There's a little worm shell down there. A little wormy tip worm shell. Whoops. This piece of a worm shell. They get pretty long, but they're so fragile. Rarely do you find big long ones on the beach. There's an old tulip shell, piece of a tulip shell. Just a little piece of a tulip shell. Beautiful here in North Naples. Again, if you're just joining, that's fog. That's a big fog bank. I'm going to zoom in here, something neat happening. It's very, very faint. Very faint. Can you see the rainbow about in the middle of the screen? Piece of a rainbow there. Can you see it? You're gonna have to look really close. Really, really, really close. I don't know if you can see the colors or not in the camera. It's very, very faint. It's really fading out now. Beautiful other things you see out here in the morning. Somebody shared a picture of a big rainbow out here yesterday morning. Unfortunately, I missed it. The sun's just kind of peeking in and out from behind the clouds here. Absolutely gorgeous. Good morning. How are you doing? Roy is doing good.
Is he coming down the beach sometime soon?
I don't think so. I think it's got... Oops. I think it's going to be probably another month before he gets out here at least.
Yeah.
At least another month. The doctor wants him to be almost completely healed up before he comes out.
Sure.
And then stay away from the water.
Uh-oh, that'll be difficult.
Yeah, that's going to be hard for Roy, but he'll manage. He learned his lesson the hard way.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad that happened.
Did you see that piece of a rainbow? You can barely see it now. It's just about, yeah, it's gone. There was a big piece of down there. Yep. I guess there was a big one yesterday out here. I didn't see it. Somebody took a... That's fog.
That's fog.
Yeah, it's really foggy. Inland this morning, oh, it was bad. Couldn't even see in front of you driving.
That's why it's so humid.
Yep. Have a good morning. Oh. Yeah, our friend Roy, he's doing well. I did share a video here on Facebook on Thanksgiving Day with Roy. So you can check that out if you're curious as to how he's doing. He's in great spirits. Just very sad that he can't be out here at the beach with us. We do miss our friend Roy. 93-year-old Roy. It was fun. I'd always end my beach walks with a little sit down with him and a little conversation and prod him for some words of wisdom. He'll be back. Those mornings will return. Wow, some beautiful little shells down here. All kinds of wild looking stuff. Pieces of worm rock, nutmeg shells. I just saw a big olive shell somewhere. Look at that. Beautiful olive shell. Absolutely gorgeous olive shell. Lots of these little, I think these are nutmeg shells. There's piles of them down here, these little things. You can see there's a bunch of them right down there. What else is down here? This is where you really got to stop and look. I saw a piece of a little broken lace murex somewhere down here. I don't know where it went. Little worm shells down here. Little worm shells. Little baby turkey wing shell. Ooh, another nice olive shell. It's nice to find these olive shells with the point. A lot of times they're missing the point. That's a nice little olive. Quite a few conch shells, little broken old conch shells all around here. Quite a few old broken moon shells. And did I just see a little baby? Oh, there's a little moon shell. Some broken moon shells, a little one. It's got a little chip in it. They're all over here. Little whelks. There's a nice little apple murex shell. Another little moon shell. Look at all these things people have missed. Just amazing. All these beautiful little seashells here. Little baby conch. People are always looking for the big ones. They go right by the little ones. Some cool stuff. Here's another piece of a big moon shell. Shark eye. Big piece of a broken old whelk there. The stem. I call it the stem, the inside of an old whelk. Wow, some really cool little things down here. Another piece of a moon shell. Man. All broken. Very, very cool stuff though. I saw something over here. Where'd it go? I thought I saw a little whelk down here somewhere. A little lightning whelk, an old lightning whelk. All kinds of cool stuff right here. Piece of an apple murex. Here's a neat little piece of a worm shell down here, all twisted up. Slipper shells, our little slipper shells down here. It's not a good example. That one's got a chip in it. You flip them over, they resemble a little slipper. Another little moon shell. Another little shark eye. Oh, another, a nautica. Looks kind of like the shark eye. I mean, that's a shark eye. Another one. Wow, little shark eyes everywhere here. Thought I saw Another little murex down here. Just amazing. I probably just picked up half a dozen little shark eyes down here. There's a cool worm shell. That's a nice little wormy. Boy, nice hunting right here. Maybe 30 feet of beach. Found some nice little shells, some little treasures. That was cool. That was fun. We did good there. Surprised people just missed all of those shells. Maybe we'll come across another little pocket like that. Ooh, is that a tulip? Oh, it's the top of one, darn it. I don't have good luck finding these. I always find broken ones, these tulip shells. There's a piece of an old murex right there. You can see the inside of it. That's kind of neat. Inside of a murex shell. Looks like it was an apple murex. Well, it still is. And there's the inside of it. Very cool. What else did the Gulf spit up onto the beach for us? Nice little chunk of worm rock over here. That's always fun to look at, the worm rock. I always like sharing the worm rock with people. Look at that. That's pretty cool looking stuff. Pretty cool looking stuff, that worm rock. There's a little pear whelk. The pear whelk. Nice little one there. Wow, some great little finds. I kind of thought we were out here a little late. Thought all the shellers would have beat us to all the good stuff, but they might have got the big ones. But we got some little treasures. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful view this morning. Darn, the only thing we didn't find this morning was a shark's tooth, and I just never find them. They're out here everywhere, and I never find them. I guess it's not meant to be. That's not rain up there, that's fog. These clouds are right down, sitting right down on the Gulf up there. Some of our, well, it looks like a bunch of seagulls up here this morning. Some of our feathered friends are back. Hey, if you enjoy these beach walks, please hit the share button. Have your friends join in. Just a quick reminder, nobody pays me to come out and do this. I love doing it. I love sharing our beaches with you. But if you want to make a little contribution, it's always appreciated. Every little bit helps. It definitely helps pay the phone bill. You can always find a link to my PayPal account in the description of these posts. For those of you that have sent something, thank you so, so much. where one shark's tooth. I'd love to find one shark's tooth out here. Here's a little fighting conch shell. Very, very common sight here on the beaches of Southwest Florida. Very sad though, I've not seen any of these alive, any live Florida fighting conchs since the red tide. I hope that, excuse me, I hope that didn't take them out. Wild little animals, the fighting conchs. If you search through my videos, you'll actually see some videos of these with the conchs inside of them, and you'll see why they call them fighting conchs. They're feisty little devils. So all you do is you go into click on the video tab. It says videos there on Facebook, and there's a little search box, and you can put in dolphin encounters, put in fighting conch. No, we've seen stingrays out here, sharks, all kinds of cool stuff during these morning beach walks. Just earlier in the week, we saw a bald eagle here. It's not unheard of, it's just not a common sight, the bald eagles here, but there was a bald eagle perched in that pine tree all the way down there, up at the top of the pine tree. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. It was earlier last week. Everything's a blur. What do we got here for birds? We've got some, let's see, a couple terns here, some seagulls. That's a tern right there with the little orange beak. It's a crested tern. Seagull behind it. Nice to see the birds here. Those are so beautiful, those little terns. Show your face. Yeah. Primping for the camera. Here comes that sun. There's that sun. I was waiting for that. I just wanted to take a quick little photo. Bear with me here. We're back. Boy, we found some wonderful shells earlier. There's quite a few little slipper shells. I was showing you a slipper shell earlier. The one I picked up wasn't the greatest example. This one's full of sand. Darn it. There, you can see this when the bottom of the slipper shell, when you look inside, see how it resembles a little slipper? That's the outside and the inside. The slipper shell. Yep, there's another little broken shark eye down there. Boy, we found a lot of those earlier. Probably half a dozen or so of them. All in one little spot on the beach. I'm gonna walk around these birds nice and slow here. I don't want to startle them. Mostly gulls here. Several types of gulls, two different types of terns. Beautiful though. Mother Nature is wonderful. That sun is out really bright now. Sorry about that, that's just me taking photos. There's some big gulls here. That's a big gull right there. Beautiful, these turns down here. I'm down on my knees right now, down at their level. Sun just dipped behind the cloud there. That was cool. Beautiful sight, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful sight. Besides watching the dolphins, this is my favorite thing to do, is watch the birds here. The dolphin encounter is definitely number one, but watching the birds, definitely number two. Then of course we have the shelling. That's a favorite too. We found some great shells this morning. Really nice shells this morning. A couple skimmers just flew in. That's cool. So we got seagulls, terns, and skimmers now. The sun is just blinding me out here. I'm going to see if I can find a skimmer for you. There's one right there, that blackbird. I can't see the screen. The sun is right in my eye. Where is the skimmer? Oh, there it is. It's right about in the center of the screen. The bird with the orange beak, that's a skimmer. Might be able to get in a little closer. That's walking away from me. Where'd he go? Where did that skimmer go? There he is. There's two skimmers. That's the one of them making the noise there. That might be a female. Neat looking birds, the skimmers. That's about as close as I can get. But they fly just above the water with those big orange bills open, and the lower half of their bill, they put that in the water while they're flying along. They skim the water. It's an amazing sight to see. Beautiful. Beautiful out here. A little piece of heaven on earth out here. That looks like that fog might be turning into rain out there now in the Gulf. Uh-oh. It feels good out here in the water. Yeah, it looks like all that fog that moved out earlier into the Gulf might be turning into rain now, and it might be turning around and heading back in towards us. So that's all right. We had a beautiful morning out here. A beautiful morning. Cannot complain. Found some nice shells. Saw some beautiful birds. We saw piles of sand dollars, tons of sand dollars this morning down in Area 1 out on the sandbar. We got out at low tide. That was nice. So you definitely want to check out the beginning of the video. Remember, I always post these on YouTube as well, the replay. It's usually a little better quality on YouTube. We had a nice little beach walk this morning. The sun was out. Wow, there's another piece of a rainbow up here. I don't know if you can see it up there. Darn it, can't get the camera to respond here to zoom in. There we go. Can you see it there? That piece of the rainbow? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. One of our friend Roy's favorite things to see the rainbow. The dolphins and the rainbows. Very cool. Happy Sunday. Another one of God's beautiful creations, the rainbow. Wow. Looks like it might be getting a little bigger. I'm trusting you can see it. It's very faint. Gorgeous. Excuse me. Neat. Do I see a friend up here on the beach? Boy, can you see that rainbow up there? In there. It's very, very faint. But there is a rainbow there. Right up in there. Wow, we've seen some beautiful things from sand dollars to rainbows today. What a great morning. Great beach walk. Absolutely magnificent. Well, I am going to turn around. The rainbow is fading. I'm going to turn around and walk back down the beach. So stick with me. You never know what we might have missed out here. Try something here. Zoom into those condos down there. I don't know if the rainbow's showing up in the camera or not. The base of it, it's really starting to fade out now. Almost gone. Wow. Got some nice little waves out here breaking on the sandbar again today. Well, we kind of lost our sun. We had some nice sun out here earlier this morning. It was beautiful. Made for a beautiful beach walk this morning. Fog, sun, all kinds of interesting phenomena, weather phenomena this morning. Looks like the tide might have turned and it's making its way back in now. You see it just coming up onto the beach here. Always remind people to introduce themselves to the group here. If you're new, let everybody know where you're watching from. If you're up north, share what the temperature is. It's beautiful out here right now. Probably in the low 70s, low to mid 70s. Absolutely beautiful. A bit overcast. You can see the sun up there trying to break through. I got a couple nice pictures earlier this morning that I'll share when the sun was out. I think I got a little video of the beautiful blue sky this morning. I did not know we were going to have rain today. I didn't know there was rain in the forecast. Looks like we might get a stray shower coming in off the Gulf. Here's all the birds we were looking at earlier. Seagulls, terns, skimmers. You definitely got to watch the replay of this morning's video. We saw a lot of sand dollars this morning down in Area 1 at the beginning of our walk. Mostly little ones, quarter size. Found a couple bigger ones. A little some fighting conchs caught in this little tide pool down here. Two little fighting conchs. I don't know if you can spot them down there. There's one right there. The other one right over there. Little fighting conchs. All kinds of interesting little things get caught up in these little tide pools. Oh, look at this conch. It's a pretty good size one. It's all covered. It's got barnacles starting to grow on it. That's kind of neat. It's getting barnacles all over it. I never did find that osprey. I heard it in the trees. I just couldn't find it this morning. Ooh, there's a big scallop. Oh, it's chipped. Part of a big scallop. We found some nice little shells this morning. Little pear whelk. There's a little pear whelk that we picked up earlier. Found a little lightning whelk. Several moon shells this morning. We did good. We did good with the moon shells again this morning. Little shark eyes. Found quite a few of these this morning. Found a nice big cockle shell too, a whole cockle shell. Here's half a cockle down here. They're beautiful shells, the cockles. Earlier this morning, we found one little patch of beach, just maybe 30 feet of beach, and I just found all kinds of neat little shells. Just in 30 feet. I filled my pocket, halfway filled my pocket. Good morning, how are you doing?
Real good. I watch you every morning.
Oh, do you? Well, thank you. What you finding this morning? What are you looking for? The conchs? Little conchs and
in coral.
Oh yeah. Oh nice. Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, sand dollars. down in area 1, if you get out here at low tide and get out on the sandbars.
Where's area 1?
The first one, all the way down. The first parking lot. When you first come in.
By Turtle Club?
No, area 1 here at Delnor Wiggins.
Oh.
You had some big ones this
Okay.
morning.
Yeah, I found some nice big ones out there.
Alec, my daughter found one.
But they're just so fragile. The
Yeah.
bigger they get. See you later. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See you later. Yeah, we saw tons of sand dollars this morning. It was just amazing. When you first walk out onto the sandbars, you don't see them. You have to just kind of focus your eyes, and then all of a sudden, they just start appearing. They're usually like half buried in the sand. This is a little piece of beach where we just found a ton of shells earlier. Now the tide's coming up. There's a piece of an old lightning whelk, a big lightning whelk. Just the inside core of it, the stem of an old lightning whelk. That would have been a nice, big, beautiful shell. That's all that's left of it. And we found just piles of moon shells down here. I just saw another one, darn it. And the wave just came in. There it is, another little moon shell. Another nice little moon shell right here. I also call these shark eyes. I've heard people call them cat's eyes. This looks like a Paul Newman. Hey, that is a blue one. See that? They call these the Paul Newman when it's blue like that. Wow. A Paul Newman moon shell. Beautiful. Very, very cool. It just goes to show. I mean, even though we already covered this part of the beach, it's just constantly changing with every wave. Beautiful little worm shell.
Little nutmegs. These are kind of cool. These little nutmeg shells. Piles of them around here. Piles of them. Little broken piece of a shark eye there. But a lot of times, you know, the shells are buried in the sand. And as the waves come in and out, they uncover them. Like this Nautica shell right here. That was probably buried in the sand when I walked by earlier. How cool is that? Just because I stopped and didn't march on down the beach. Cool piece of a whelk here. Another worm shell there, piece of a whelk shell. I'd love to find a whelk that size. Lots of broken stuff right in here. Lots and lots of broken shells. Another little pear whelk. This one's got a big chip in it. A pear whelk. Somebody take that home though. It's not an awful pear whelk. I just like to go for the better specimens. But pretty soon the tide's going to come in and just pull all these back into the water. And tomorrow, start all over again. Be a new day and find all kinds of neat things all over again. Nice little olive shell. We found several nice little olives this morning. Holy cow. Wow. I wish this was wow. That is would have been a big apple murex shell right there. That's what's left of a big apple murex. That would have been a beautiful, beautiful murex for this beach. That is very, very large. That is amazing. Wow. That's the biggest murex I've seen on this beach. I'm sure there's bigger ones, but that's the biggest I've seen. Wow. Just stopping and taking my time on the way back, and I added 3 more shells to my pocket. Patience. Patience pays off when you're shelling, that's for sure. Take your time. Good morning. Ooh, it's starting to get hazy out here. We've had some really heavy fog out here, not on the beach, but inland this morning. It's kind of slowly drifting out to the Gulf. Very humid out here right now. I'm going to show you something cool I found this morning. I was looking for one of these for a friend. Unfortunately, she can't make it out to the beach. She's on oxygen and she can't come out to the beach, and she asked me to pick up some shells for her, so I'm doing that. I'm going to give her a nice little box of shells, but she saw me pick up a cockle shell one day, a whole cockle shell, and she saw me put it back in the water. And she said, gosh, I'd really love to have one of those. So guess what I found this morning for our friend Linda? I found one of those cockle shells and was out in the water. What are the odds of just walking past that when you're walking out in the water? I was walking in off the sandbar and I found this big, beautiful cockle shell. I want you to take a look at it, and I want you to see why they're so neat. That's a whole cockle. There's nothing inside of it. It's best if you find them like this, keep a rubber band around them so it doesn't break apart on you. But the really cool thing about these shells, watch this now. Now turn it on its end, and it makes a beautiful heart. Isn't that cool? If you think that's neat, hit the like button. Come on. Anybody paying attention? Well, that's for my friend Linda. Now her collection is going to be complete. And there she is. She's joining us now. Look what I found for you, Linda. That's yours. I was so lucky to find that this morning. We find live ones like this all the time out here, but an empty one, it's a great find. She was lucky. Hi. Huh? No, there's an empty one. There's a dead one. Feel how light.
Did you stop the camera?
Huh?
I just was wondering. I see you every day. Oh, so no.
Yeah, we
you're
walk
from
it.
TV.
We walk and talk. But see how when you hold like that, it's the heart.
What? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, a
Nice.
friend showed me that a long time ago.
That's pretty.
But it's hard to find these. They
Yeah.
both have. You can find them alive. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Look at that.
we had one of our friends was wanting one of these, and you always find them alive. But to find one without the
Show them the heart.
oh, see, yeah,
Look at this way. It's
see
like
what
a heart.
it makes the heart when you hold it on the side.
yeah.
And she thought that was so neat. And she can't come to the beach, and she saw me hold one of these up one day. She said, "Please, can you get me one?" I got lucky today, very lucky. Yep,
You have your treasure.
I do.
Yeah.
She has her
I
treasure.
saw you in May and the time before,
Uh-huh.
and I was
Yeah.
wondering that he's always talking and looking and walking up and down.
Yep.
And
We're on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live.
No, maybe it could have been a hobby for yourself.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it
to
is.
remember.
It is a hobby.
Yeah.
It is a hobby. But there's thousands and thousands of people out.
Yeah.
And they watch. They enjoy the beach.
Yeah.
A lot of them from all around the world. A lot of people
Yeah.
from Germany and
Yeah. I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Yes, we have friends in Switzerland from all around the world.
Yeah,
It's
great.
amazing. It's
Wonderful.
absolutely amazing.
But what's just interesting is that I think it's like always walking up
Uh-huh.
and down and he's collecting
Always
and
picking
looking
up
at
the
shell
shells.
and
Yep,
all.
always. I always have a pocket full. Always something in there.
Yeah, I just found the little sand dollar. The big one I found too, I gave it to another lady.
Oh yeah.
They are actually just looking for shark teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you find any today?
And not today, but I found already four.
Or yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot. I never see them. I look, but
They're hard.
yeah.
I found something strange.
There's
which
some
I
big
don't-
ones here. People find big teeth here.
Yeah, I found here one more than 1.5 inch big.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
We have a friend. He found one like this.
Wow,
It was
that's a megalodon.
prehistoric.
Yeah.
Yep, the megalodon.
Yeah. Well, right, the strange thing on the beach, I didn't know what it was. I have
what
no
is it?
idea. Could be a teeth too.
Oh, you know what that is? That's
No.
from a crab.
Ah,
That's the claw.
What?
The
Ah.
bottom. The
Ah,
bottom
I
of
see.
that's
Yeah.
the bottom of a crab claw.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's what.
funny.
Uh-oh. Is that rain? Or just heavy humidity? Humidity.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, 100% humidity. Okay, enjoy. Yep, okay, enjoy. Just meet the nicest people out here. A lot of people, they see me out here and they're like, what you doing? What are you doing? They see me out here almost every day. It's not every day that I can make it out here, but as often as I can, I come out. And boom, another new friend. Made friends from all around the world through these beach walks. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And as I always say several times during these beach walks, there's two purposes. The main purpose for these walks are to just share the beach conditions with our friends who live or visit North Naples here. Especially over the past 6 months, we've been having some issues with red tide. So I like coming out here and just keeping everybody posted and updated with what's going on. But then the second purpose is to bring people together. After all, this is called social media. So feel free to introduce yourself, tell everybody where you're watching from, let us know if you're up north, wherever, what the temperature is. Everybody's jealous of me being able to be out here on the beach in the winter time, but hey, I'm trying to warm you up by bringing you along with me here. So do interact in the comment section. I don't care what you talk about. You're going to find a lot of people that probably have similar interests and hobbies as you do. You might even find somebody in your neighborhood watching. That has happened before. So do chime in. Just stay away from politics. That's all I ask. Beautiful. Some of our beautiful little snowy egrets. We've lost our sun. Our sun has gone behind the clouds. Looks like it's going to be gone for a little while now. Still beautiful though. Nice little breeze. Probably right around 74 maybe now. I don't know, 75 I'm guessing. It's gorgeous. You can always watch the replay of these videos on Facebook, and I'll also share a link where you can watch it in YouTube. Sometimes it's a better quality on YouTube. Occasionally we have issues with dropouts here. We lose our cellular connection out here on the beach. There's no Wi-Fi out here. It's very sporadic, the Wi-Fi. Morning. But we had a wonderful beach walk this morning. Lots of neat shells. Earlier, first thing, we hit the sandbars down in Area 1, the south end of the park here. Saw lots of sand dollars. It's just great. We saw all of our feathered friends this morning out on the sandbar up at the north end of the park in Area 4. You can see the tide starting to make its way back in there as I turn around here. I'm going to give you a look behind me. And you can see it's starting to come up. The water's starting to come up onto the beach and reclaim the beach. There's areas here where the beach gets really narrow. Most of the time, the Gulf of Mexico here is really flat. We got some nice little waves this morning. Big difference between the east coast and west coast of Florida. The Atlantic side, they have some nice waves, surfing waves. Over here, it's unusual. The only time we get really big waves for the surfers are during our tropical storms or big fronts moving through. We are down to where we started, down in Area 2. We walked most of the beach this morning, covered a lot of ground. I hope you enjoyed it. And please tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. And do take the time to check out my photos and videos here on Facebook. I don't get to read all the comments, Sometimes there's 400 or 500 comments. So I do ask for your help. If anybody finds some off-color comments, please let me know. Send me a message so I can remove them and kick those people off. It's sad, but I do have to do that once in a while. Especially when somebody gets on here and tries to use my page as a political platform. It's not what it's all about. It's about sharing the beauty of North Naples and bringing people together. There's one last look up the beach. That's where we came in on that boardwalk over there. I'll post a couple pictures later, and in those pictures, look for the link to this video on YouTube. And you've heard me say it thousands of times. Sorry, but here's the deal. Nobody pays me to do this. If you enjoy these beach walks, and if you feel like you want to make a little contribution, it is always appreciated, always welcome. Part of the deal I have with my wife is if I come out here and spend all this time out here, none of the money to pay my phone bill or fees and whatnot and gas and all that hoopla comes out of our household budget. It has to come from these beach walks. So if anybody wants to help out and make a little contribution, it's always greatly appreciated. You can find a link to my PayPal account right here in the description of this post. The clouds are definitely starting to roll in. Looks like an osprey coming here and going to land in the tree by us. An osprey flying overhead here. He's looking at me. Nope, now he's going back into the woods. Thought he was going to land in one of the trees right here in front of me, and we'd end with an osprey sighting. You never know where and when you're going to see something interesting out here, or spectacular, or breathtaking, or glorious. You pick the adjective. I've been out here in some treacherous weather too. It's not just always sunny, beautiful days. I've been out here in tropical storms, out here on the edge of hurricanes. I spent many days out here by myself during the red tide, just showing people, trying to educate them about red tide. That was not a pleasant beach walk. Sadly, it drew the most viewership. Kind of weird. But I think a lot of people learned about red tide. They got to experience it as close to firsthand as you can. Seeing what red tide does. We saw so much dead marine life out here for months. For months, this beach was desolate over the summer. That was very, very sad. You need to go back and look at some of those videos. I know most of you have heard about red tide. And you can see firsthand the effects of red tide, the effects that it had on our beach here at Del Norwiggins. Not only did it hurt our beaches, it hurt our economy. It forced some businesses to close. Businesses that make their livelihood off the water, from the water. Very sad. Anyway, on a brighter note, I really appreciate everybody joining and watching and following. And please tell your friends again. Always hit the share button when you find something you like here, a photo, a video. Hit the like, the share button. Make sure you like and follow Southwest Florida Television. Do both of those. And most importantly, have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.